Good morning and happy Thursday, everybody out there in Facebook world. I'm Dallas Kemp, your friendly neighborhood studio painter here at Privateer Press, and this is Get Your Paint On. And today I'm joined by our marketing wizard guru, John Swinkles.
That's
Good
not what I
morning.
do. Okay, it is what I do.
Social media outlet distributor.
Sure.
We just make up titles every
Director of Awesome.
Director of Awesome, John Swinkles. And as usual, the multi-talented video president of our audio-visual club, Tony Konachek.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. How are you guys today?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Beautiful weather today. I'm talking about the weather on the live stream.
Talking about the weather on the live stream. The weather in Seattle is really gorgeous today. It's like, what is it, the equinox? No, the solstice was yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Solstice was yesterday. And this morning I woke up and it was like 30 degrees. Like literally 30 degrees. I had to wear a hoodie. It was so chilly out. It was kind of awesome. Anyways, today I'm going to be painting on my, hang on. My phone was not on.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
Everybody take care of your phones, please. You at home, you do not have to take care of your phones, for I will not hear them buzz.
And many of you may be watching this on your phones, so please don't turn them off.
Don't turn your phones off. You're watching my voice. So anyways, I'm going to be painting my, I'm building a trencher army for Company of Iron. Word? Yeah. And so I'm starting to put this together for playing Company of Iron. And I'm starting out with this trench buster. I've got my color scheme all picked up. I also got this Captain Awesome Maxwell fin because I love this model so much. But I've got my color scheme all picked up. But I want to put some skin tones on him real quick. Because I got a question the other day about ochre and skin tones. So I kind of want to talk about the ochre and skin tone a little bit.
What color are you going to be starting with?
So I got some Midland Flesh here. I'm just putting that in my little well palette as normal. And I'm going to add some rucksack tan to that. And what that does is it gives it that rough brown skin tone, kind of an ochre skin tone that you're accustomed to seeing on our Ogrins. And this trench buster just looks awesome, so I kind of want to paint him first. I'm going to paint my trench buster, then I'm going to paint some trenchers, and then I'm going to reward myself with Maxwell Finn and Sergeant Trevor McNamara, the goodest of boys.
Yeah, that is just a chunky model. He's got like a huge shield, a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, he's cool looking. He's an ogre. So this is not studio. This is my army. So I'm not going to go full studio level. I'm just going to paint him for fun. We're just going to have a good time with this guy. And I'm just going to put this on all of his skin. Kind of light. I got bubbles. I was kind of got a little carried away there, but that's okay.
They blend out.
Yep, just using my second brush, which is always useful for a multitude of tasks. Just get rid of any of that extra. And then where else is he skinned, colored? So he's got his little hands here. Throw some of that on there. Oh, you know, he's got gloves. So let's make sure that we don't paint the glove skin color. I'll have to repaint that top of that thumb. And this is seriously, you know, I'm not getting too carried away with this guy. I'm just going to paint for fun today.
And not to take attention away from the painting, but I'm also noticing that you have like some cool barb razor wire going on your base.
Yeah. I wanted a nice trenchy base, like a little battlefieldy base. So I found some homemade razor wire down in the hobby bin where the terrain specialist works, and I took that And it's all it is like some floral wire or some very thin wire wrapped around another layer of floral wire.
Yeah.
It's very easy to make.
And Devonian, this is one of Dallas's personal models that he's doing for his Company of Iron group.
Hey, Dev. How you doing, bud? That's right.
And Greg, I suppose one of the other armies / factions that could be rather multi-ethnic is Legion of Everblight, because, you know, just throw an Athink or some Blight at anyone and boom, in your army.
That's right, yeah. Blight brings everyone together.
That's right.
Hashtag Blight makes right.
When, what was the question there? I like the answer, but I wasn't sure of the question, actually.
Is any army as multi-ethnic as Signar is now?
Oh, yeah. That's
like
yeah.
Legion.
Kador.
Kador also. Circle.
Circle.
Yeah. Lots of diversity in the Iron Kingdoms that, I mean, it's your army. You can make it however you want.
Well, and that's the cool thing, like what I'm going to be doing here in a little bit. Once I get the skin on here, I want to talk about skin, but then we're going to do some other stuff. Like my color scheme and why I'm excited for a Company of Iron is I've created my own story for my trenchers. And I'm sorry, John, I'm going to look at you because it gives me somebody to talk to.
That's fine.
It
I
makes
appreciate
me
it.
feel
Like you're having a
comfortable.
discussion.
Like I'm having a discussion. That you can create your own story. So my guys are like, they're like the, I'm doing a what convict penal group of trenchers. Like
Convict conscripts.
Convict conscripts, yeah, trenchers. Like these are guys like I'm using Maxwell Finn and the model and his rules, but I'm gonna give him a different name. And like my story is like these dudes are they've been punished, right? They've been conscripted by the Signar army for their crimes, and they're like the force that they're expecting them to go out and do these like really crazy missions and die, right? Completely expendable.
Or like maybe a squad that, you know, goes on suicide missions.
Exactly. They're suicide mission.
Like a reprieve from prison or other punishment. Yeah. It's like, go do this instead.
Right. But the problem is that they're so good. They're such badasses, right? Mm-hmm. That they never die. Right. They always succeed at their mission. So the color scheme I'm going to do is actually, I'm not going to have any of the Signar blue on the models. I'm going to do like a gray, like a light gray cloth. So none of the browns, they don't deserve leather. They got like blue jean cloth, right? And all their armor plates, so the shoulder pads, probably one of these armor plates, I haven't decided which one, top or bottom, will all be orange, like prison orange.
Will there be 12 units in your army?
Maybe.
Would they be a dirty dozen?
They would be a dozen of dirtiness.
Yes.
Maybe even a baker's dozen, actually. I think I gotta count my guys. But there'll be orange armor plates with white prison numbers, like their prison number. Yeah. You know, so that's what That's my story.
Got 6 months left, and then their service is and their term is complete.
Yeah, but until then, will they survive? Right?
Have you named all of your characters yet?
I haven't named everybody yet. I'm still working on names. So if anybody's got names, please, by all means. I mean, I've named, of course, Sergeant Trevor McNair, the goodest of boys, because he's like the scrappy sidekick to the mascot to Maxwell Finn. Like he's actually the leader.
Sure. Yeah, he's the Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's the Hannibal. He's going in and he's, you know, but I do have one model that I picked out, and I'm going to use as like the actual leader. He's going to be painted Signar. He's going to be the guy that's like he's the Signar officer who is leading, quote leading, but no one listens to him. Right. But he's the one that keep him under control. Everybody listens to Finn, right? Because he's the baddest of the baddest.
Right. And he has the dog.
Yeah, and he has the dog. So all the fellas like look up to Finn and what he says, even though there's like this lieutenant or whatever that's going to be in my force that's actually the Signar army representative.
Word.
Like, so I got this like little story going on, and I'm really excited to paint these guys, you know, because that's what I love about, I love creating my own little stories and my own little fluff and my own little background to things.
Deb asks, what was the dog's crime?
he was too good.
He was too good.
Yeah, his goodness was a.
He circled back around to the other side of the scale.
Like, he was a 15 out of 10 good boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joris posited that he ate Litos cookies.
He definitely got into Litos biscuits.
Not my biscuits. Send that dog to prison. He's the goodest of boys. He can't be here.
And even when the dog was convicted, Lito shed a single tear. This is like,
Oh, there goes the goodest of boys.
I had to do it, although I didn't want to. Yeah, the law. Without law, what are we?
Could you name for me? Could you name one of your Trencher's pancakes?
Oh yeah, he's the wild one.
He's slash the cook.
Yeah,
he's got to be the cook too.
Yeah, he's the. Oh, I should get. Oh man,
Gobber chef named Pancakes.
No, what's his name? The Gibbs. Gibbs is a chef. I could put Gibbs in there.
Well, he's got a cat too.
And he has a cat. So I'd have a cat and dog, and I'd have Pancakes.
Done. Look at that.
Perfect. See, this is my army.
It's all coming together.
This is how I build armies.
That's how I do it.
It's the best way to build an army.
It's so much fun.
It's like everybody's like, "Well, don't take that guy," and I'm like, "But that's that guy."
Yeah,
like
I gotta have him.
I need him in there for the story, or else chapter 3 just falls apart.
Right. And we all know that chapter 3 is like the most important.
Well, that's when stuff starts to get hairy.
Are you still using the same paint mix?
Oh, Tony, you caught me. I added some battle dressed green. I added a little battle dressed green to my base tone, and a little mixing medium for translucency, and I'm just doing a quick shadow on all the skin real quick here. A green is really good for it's so good to shade with green for skin tones. And second brush got a little full, so pull that out. No big deals. So while that shade is drying, let's start putting on some of our orange colors. We're going to start blocking this in. So for this, I'm going to be using Heart Fire and some Ember Orange. And this will be my prison drabs. I'm going to have to watch this video later to remember this recipe because I'm literally making this up right this second. I've only thought, oh, I want to do orange. And I'm like, I need a recipe.
Whoa. Go back. You don't have this planned out in advance? You
Nope.
can just put paint on a model?
He's a wild man.
I'm just going. Brendan has come up with some pretty good orange recipes lately. So I just had a little quick 5-minute discussion with him about some of his recipes. And I'm just going to kind of riff off that because I haven't actually thought of the recipe. It doesn't matter. It's just going to, right? I'm just going to make it up. But I knew I wanted orange, and so I'm just going to go. We're just going to do it. So this is going to be base coated over top of the armor plates that I want to be that prison orange color. Turning them around, get the backside there.
So if you're not going to be doing any sort of leather, because you said they weren't worthy of having expensive leather,
right?
It's all going to be denim. I mean, is there any part of that like what are you going to use for some of the traditional leather parts? Is it all denim?
It's pretty much going to be a lot of denim. I'm going to have some leather parts, of course, like straps. Straps are always going to be leather, right? But I'm going to try to primarily use a lot of blue leather to achieve this ragtag group of misfits, to give them that look like they're not being supplied very well. Like I said, they're expected to die. Right? No one's expecting these guys to come back from their mission, but they always do. They always do. I need a name for this ogre, and I haven't got a good name for him yet. Okay. There's one layer. All right. Should we do top or bottom orange? I think I'm bottom.
Yeah, it's gonna pop.
If anybody out there watching has suggestions for names,
Yeah,
for
give me some
Dallas's
names.
unit, send them in.
Yeah,
Let's talk
absolutely.
about them.
And then Dev was also asking if you plan on giving him any prison tattoos.
If there's enough skin on something, I will consider tattooing. Definitely not adverse to that idea. Finn probably has the most skin available because he's got bare arms. So we'll see what happens when I get to him.
Bailey Back Bruiser Brunick.
Bailey Back Bruiser
Mm-hmm.
Brunick. Sold. That's official. That's officially this guy's name. I'm probably gonna paint
or Shasper Pennycoin.
Jasper Pennycoin. Whoa!
I don't know if it's this guy, but that's definitely a
It's
guy.
not. It's not the Ogren.
Yeah.
But it's somebody. Okay, hang on. So I'm writing this. I'm actually writing this down right now. What was that name again?
Bailey Back Bruiser.
Bailey
is the nickname.
Back Bruiser
Brunick.
Brunick. That's really good.
That was Dev.
Okay, and
then Riker's Iron said Shasper Pennycoin.
Shasper Pennycoin. That name is really good. All right. So I don't know who that's going to be yet, but I'm probably going to write the names on the back of all my guys, like on the back of the base, because I'm telling a story with my guys, so having their names on the base will always be fun.
Yeah. Well, and your enemy has to know who they're trying to shoot at and failing, right?
Yeah, because they're going to be like, I can't kill that guy. And I'm like, of course you can't kill that guy. That's Shasper Pennycoin. Many men have tried to kill Shasper, and many men have failed.
I believe that would actually be all of them have failed.
So far.
Yeah.
Yes.
So far,
Many have tried.
Only
all of them have
one
failed.
needs to succeed.
9 out of 9 men have failed. All right, so it's going to take 2 layers, of course. It'll probably take 2 layers.
So Dallas, on your handy notebook, when you're done getting that layer on, we'll have to make a note that Bailey Backbruiser Brunick gets attributed to Dev, and then Shasper gets attributed to Riker. Like that way, if we tweet it out later, we're like, "Hey, guys,
Absolutely.
dudes are dudes."
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Those are perfect names for my little trencher force. I'm painting off camera. I'm a monster.
You are literally the worst.
So I'm just throwing that same orange color over Finn's shoulder pads. Real quick here. I'm not going to...
You want to swap him out?
Nah, it's just going to take a second. I'm not doing anything different than what I did earlier. I'm just putting some orange on this guy. Some armor plates. Oh, do I want these to be... No, you know what? I'm going to get rid of that orange. That orange isn't going to be there. I'm going to cover that up with silver. Got a little carried away with the orange. I think the orange needs to be kind of more minimal. I think just the shoulder pads and the shield, just because it's a nice big element. And it'll look really cool with that poppy orange. Just gotta be careful when I go to highlight this, I don't make it too yellow. This dude looks like he's gonna stop traffic though.
Yeah, deepen up those oranges with some red.
Yeah, Scorn Red. So Scorn Red's gonna go into these, and then Umbral Umber into more of the shadows as well. Like I said, this isn't studio, so I can get a little careless.
So I can't get over how awesome that shield is. That's just a beast.
It's a damn door.
It is. It's just like he pulled a bunker door off something.
He busted a trench and took part of it with him. That's where he got his name, you see.
Okay, so let me write that down. That was
So Bailey
that
was
was
Dev,
Dev. Yep.
and then Shasper was Riker's Iron.
Riker's Iron.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take your name, Riker. I'm just gonna give a.
That is
Just gonna give a guy named Riker's Iron. Okay, scoring red into that base color. A little mix minimum.
You've got at least one person saying that keeping the knees orange on Finn actually looks pretty good.
On the Buster.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I'll keep that. I'll keep that. Your cunning wiles have convinced me. Let's add a little bit flush to that. Tone that down. It's a little too red for me. Let's go with that. This is going to be the second shade into our skin tones. And the green and the red kind of cancel each other out. Woo, that's red. Sorry, we're going to just thin it out. These two together will kind of create a brown.
Got a quick question out of curiosity. How many people out there are painting right now as they're watching and listening
That's a
to
good
this?
question.
Who can do anything else when Dallas is talking?
That's
He's
a good point.
captivating.
I've said before that every time we sit here and do this, I'm jealous that I don't sit here and paint as well.
Oh, I get inspired to go do stuff, but like I can't take my eyes off what he's doing.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Dev Riker has already promised that he's going to be at next year's Lock and Load. He's got some obligations this year, but he promised, so he has to.
Who's going to be at Lock and Load next
Riker's
year?
Iron.
Is going to be at Lock and Load next year?
Yeah.
Dude, oh my gosh. I'm so stoked for Lock and Load. I'm locked and loaded.
I'm excited to bring my kids this year. We got I found out we
Oh,
got
nice.
a little family kid area with all sorts of kid games and stuff. So one
Yep.
of those days I already plan to bring the family, have the kids come out and hang out at Lock and Load with me.
That's awesome.
I don't know who JR is putting in charge of that area, but 123 not it.
That'll totally do it.
Yeah, I guess I heard coloring contest and something to do with throwing plushies. So that sounded like a lot
Wait,
of fun, too.
what?
All right, I changed my mind. Coloring and throwing plushies. I'm down.
Yeah. Please be dodgeball. Please be dodgeball.
So it turns out there are a number of people either painting or like Scott is working on his the coloring the pages for his comic book. So there are a number of people that are
awesome.
participating as well. Joris, however, can't because laughing too hard.
Well, that's not good. That's the opposite effect. All right. I'm going to darken that up a little bit. Let's start putting some... Well, let's put another layer of orange on there. This shield definitely is so huge.
If you're just joining us, Dallas is painting up currently a trench buster, but he is working on his Company of Iron trenchers for the upcoming release.
Company of Iron. Miami's definitely very narrative, as we've discussed.
Yes.
Did you choose your theme for your Company of Iron Army based on miniatures you wanted to paint?
Yep. Yep.
That was easy. Yes, Tony. Yes.
It's like okay, so that's why another reason I like Company of Iron is like I've always wanted to paint trenchers, right? They're just cool looking World War I like dudes, like the very military, rough and tumble bros, right?
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to paint it, but I don't want to paint a whole army, right? Because I have Kador to paint, I have Grimkin to paint, I have Convergence to paint, I've got you know, I've got all these other armies to paint. I got mercenaries to paint, cricks to paint. I've got all these other armies
Get some
to paint.
trolls in there too, don't you?
I got some. I got everything. Oh, and I got some ideas for some trolls. Oh man, I got some ideas for trolls.
We'll hit that up another time.
So I got all these armies I need to paint, and I'm working on and doing stuff with. And it's just like I just don't have time to paint a whole trencher army. And it's just like, oh, Company of Iron. Like I can paint a handful of models. I can get really creative with the backstory and the fluff aspects that I want to do, and I can just focus on the models I want to focus on and just have a fun little group of dudes for a game. So it's just like, all right, I want to paint Maxwell Finn. I love that model. So I'm like, all right, why am I painting? Okay, so I got Maxwell Finn, so trenchers. So why do I have trenchers? Like I need a story, and that's when the convicts aspect came into play. And I was like, you know what? That's perfect. That's exactly what I love. I love that. Imagining 80s action movie, like, yeah, just some dudes kicking butt, taking names, you know, against all odds kind of thing going on. So
what are you adding to that?
Scorn red, a little Scorn red to start shadowing.
And Dan asked what you're using to hold your model, and right now Dallas is, and what typically he uses is a primer paint can that he's got double-sided tape on that he sticks the miniature on, and then right now, just so that the model is stable for shooting the video, that cap is then placed on a short mic stand.
Very short mic stand, yeah.
But if you see him down at his desk, he doesn't use the mic stand because he's got to pick up the model and twist it around and look at all the angles and do all this stuff.
Yeah, Tony doesn't like when I move models.
I'm a taskmaster. Yeah, have you ever watching Dallas and Brendan paint live, or you know, a lot of painters, like one thing that you can't really do here is the miniatures go 360 degrees.
Oh yeah,
flipping them like upside down and
backwards,
all different angles. Like the miniature is constantly in motion, so you know you can see the paint job here and how the studio painters are doing it, but it's I feel it's kind of a little limiting. If you are painting at home, don't feel like you got to keep it upright at 90 degrees this way. This is just for our videos. Move that model.
I flip it upside down, man. I twist it every direction. You know, we can't do that for a video. You won't see anything, as Tony said. But yeah, I put my fingers on it if I need to. Like whatever it takes to get the job done. That's what has to happen.
Why do you put your finger on it?
Like if I'm trying to like stabilize it or just hold it. Like see, I'm stabilizing my pinky on something. I gotta have something. So the gun is really useful right there. It works. It's not going to hurt it.
Can you do that on areas that you've already painted?
Oh, yeah. You're not going to hurt it.
So yes, Anthony, depending on how many models he ends up with in his unit, he could have like, you know, the Filthy 13 or something like that. Another reference to the Dirty Dozen.
This is just going to be nice, quick, subtle red. Just to start. I don't care about the perfect blends right now. This is for my army.
How battle damaged are you going to make that shield?
Oh yeah, I'm going to beat that shield up, dude. So back to skin. I'm going to take Scorn Red, Baldur's Green, mix those together. This will give me a nice brown. And I'm going to paint all the real deep shadows with this color.
Well, and apparently Riker is just split a starter box with his buddy, and he's got his first Signar minis that he's going to paint in a Flamingo Tempest theme. Ooh. So the swan's going to be a flamingo with pink as secondary color to the blue and some special sculpted stuff. Which, if you haven't seen the the harvest theme Wold Force that he's been working on. It's pretty dope. Some of the pumpkins that he's carved to like replace their heads and other parts with are pretty great.
Interesting. I haven't seen that stuff. A little more green. There's my brown.
And Joris threw out maybe some notches on the shield for every operation that went south on him.
Oh, yeah. No operation has gone south.
Or all of them have, but they pulled through heroically.
Every operation is defaulted to plans D and E.
Yeah, or a notch on his shield every time that that they've ignored the company commander, the actual Signar officer. Who needs to be something like Lieutenant Steve? He needs to have like the most mundane name.
Craig.
He's like second cousin to Stryker, so nobody likes him.
I still want the officer to have a cool name, like, because I'm still imagining being a badass. He's not incompetent in my head.
Like he's sitting there arguing with your trench buster there, and then like some like enemy unit pops his head up, and he just like points his sidearm and just blows dude away.
Yeah,
like while still arguing with the members of the team.
Yeah, he's still badass.
Yeah.
But just no one's listening to it.
Yeah, like, but it's even better if like just nobody likes him.
Yeah, no one
like he's related to Stryker or some like 17th cousin twice removed from Leto or something like that.
But still imagining being like total hardcore.
Yeah,
dude.
Like no, he's got like a chip on his shoulder and lots to prove. Yeah, that's why he took such a dangerous mission.
Perfect.
Damn it, Pennycoin, we're gonna do this by the book.
Oh, that might be a good character for the Pennycoin name.
Oh, word.
Shasper Pennycoin, yeah.
Shasper Pennycoin.
Lieutenant Shasper Pennycoin.
Leader of Signar's conscript force. The Filthy 13.
Why was he put in charge of the Filthy 13?
He took the job.
He's trying to prove something.
Yeah, he's got something to prove, man.
Ambition, not punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to make a name for himself outside the shadow of his 17th cousin twice removed.
It's like, these men will respect me.
Logan throws out, what would you think of a desert theme using an orchid color for armor on top on troop models and a dark green for the clothing, straps, or anything of sorts?
I think you should do it.
There you go. Boom.
Show us how it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone painting anything of ours that you're proud of, or even if you thought you could do better, send pictures of it to @privateerpress on twitter.com.
There's no better way to theory paint than to actually put it on a model.
That's true.
Legit, yeah.
Like, and that's why I like Company of Iron. I get to play around with some ideas and have a good time with them.
Oh man, I have like 12 different ideas for Company of Iron Forces. I don't know which one I'm going to start with. Probably Dirty Elves, but that's how I do.
Oh, Midland Flash and Ren Flash. Mainly Midland, just a touch of Ren. I want to do a little quick highlighting. As stated, this is my army.
You do how you do want.
I'm just kind of going as fast as I can. Still making it look pretty cool. I like the Desert Orchid, by the way. I wasn't trying to be sarcastic or
no one thought you were.
But give it a go. Like, I mean, and
I want to see it.
It sounds cool. Like, I like the orchid color on top. Like, that sounds really nice. These are just really quick lines.
Well, and it should contrast really well with the green, which will help the whole thing stand out.
Yeah.
But it won't be jarring.
These are just little dash lines of my highlight color.
Do it, Logan. Post them. I want to see them.
John, did you already talk about what you have planned for Company of Iron?
I literally have 12 different ideas that I'm working with right now. There's one that rotates pretty much around mage hunters, because mage hunters are dope, and it lets me, and I've got all 3 of the different iris models. So whereas I typically use iris 2 in my main army, I'd really like to do something dope with iris 3 and just have her stalking the battlefield looking all cool as hell.
Right, yeah.
So kind of leaning that way. But at the same time, there's part of me that wants to go bust out some Kador and do not entirely different from what Dallas is doing, but a real rough and tumble Winter Guard Rifleman Corps. And then of course trolls. At some point there will have to be trolls. I want whelps for days.
Man, I saw some cool troll stuff today.
Well, because you can use light war beasts in Company of Iron and light warjacks, right? Not very many of them, but a couple, and just yeah. I want trolls that just run around the battlefield eating everything. How will I mutate next?
I think I'm gonna go with some gun mages.
Oh,
Do a
Ooh,
melee's resistance force.
Dude,
so good. And those thorn gun mages, those sculpts are they're so good, so good.
So I'm using a little umber lumber to kind of frame everything up. I'm gonna.
Is it straight umber?
Yep. Got a little on his cheekbone there. I'm actually just going to paint the shadow sockets of his eyes with this. Not even sure I'm going to paint the eyes.
Fair. Very hooded in shadow.
Yeah.
Very scowly. I've also got a bunch of Satixis laying around.
Yeah, that'd be another good one.
That'd be another really fun one.
Man, I saw some cool troll stuff today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. You're going. You should be ready. Yeah, you should get ready for some trolls.
Oh, I am hype at all times for trolls.
I am our hype. All right, let's go a little. Let's think for a second here. Let's take some Greatcoat Gray and some Midland Flesh. We're gonna mix these two together. A little more Midland Flesh than that, though.
Well, Dan, if you need pirates, you have so many options. So many options.
Yeah, there's pirates all over the place.
Merc pirates, like Joris just threw out. You can have all kinds of Crix pirates, obviously.
Pirates.
Gobber pirates. That'd be dope.
Oh, man. Somebody should convert a whole force of Gobber pirates.
Yes. Scorn pirates, like pirates.
Pirates?
Well, I was gonna say desert pirates, and it just went derp. So yeah, but
pirates.
But like Scorn pirates would be super dope. Get sculpt them little tricorns and stuff, and make a little desert ship kind of thing that they have a bronze back pulling.
Oh yeah,
that'd be just cool.
Scorn pirates are pain rats.
Yes.
That was not good.
Yeah, it didn't work, but. You tried.
But you get it. So his Greatcoat Gray and Midland Flesh, I'm putting over his chin area to represent a little 5 o'clock.
You give him a little stubble.
Little stubbles, not too much.
Yes, Dan. Troll pirates. Make it happen.
We can add a little Thornwood green to that to darken it up.
Sorry, what was that color?
Thornwood green Just really quickly add that into there to the stubbles. It's at 5 o'clock.
Rikers is postulating that Gobber pirate ships would be like super weird to try to board because they'd probably just be like ropes and planks.
Oh man, that sounds so good. God, that sounds like a freaking awesome army to paint. Oh my God. Like, so help me out. Okay, so I need to build I need to do this.
Right. Hashtag Gobber pirates.
Hashtag Gobber pirates. I need to come up with all the models. There's how many gobbers are there? I need to take all the gobbers we have, convert them all into pirates, but I need them to represent something in the game.
Right.
So who's leading? Like, what model am I going to convert to a gobber as the leader of my gobber pirates?
We're gonna throw that out here. See what people come up with.
Because I might actually do this.
There's no might. I think we need to collaborate and make this army.
Are we going to stop and collaborate?
Only if you listen.
You've stunned me into silence.
I got a strangely amused, but at the same time very disdain-filled look from Tony at that point. Apparently, Anthony says clearly Reinhold should be the leader. Well, I don't know. He's got to be up in the crow's nest. He's got the spyglass, right? He's the speculator. Yeah. He's not the leader.
Yeah, I need a leader.
I mean, you obviously have
because it doesn't have to be a gobber,
right?
Right. It could be.
Well, then you have Rinny, who is Reinhold.
Oh yeah.
For the,
sure. But it doesn't have to be a gobber model, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. So mercenaries, who's a cool mercenary solo?
Gordon. Or not solo, but
solo. I need a solo. Who's a cool mercenary solo?
Oh, there's so many.
Gorman the Wolf.
Right? Gorman's good.
So yeah. Gorman is I can use Gorman as my captain, but I'll convert a pirate gobber and just use Gorman's rules. I don't think I'm allowed to do that, am I? Nope, I'm not allowed to do that. How do I do this?
We'll figure it out.
I need gobbers.
We'll figure it out.
Could you work in a gobber drudge? Because they got those cool diving helmets.
Oh, yeah, they do have diving helmets.
Yeah. I'm sure we can do like a 5-man unit of those dudes. Bloody Bardigan. Acosta.
All right, I guess I'm just going to go talk to Oz.
Doc Killingsworth.
Word. Well, yeah, because the ship doctor has to be like a Sawbones kind of dude, right?
Okay, so I did all that blocking in with the Umbral Lumber, and then I painted the teeth jackbone, and then I added a little jackbone to the fingernails just to make them pop out just a touch. Now, if I can find my Menoth White highlight, or Menoth White base, I'm going to highlight the teeth just a touch. Just one dot highlight. Just right on the tips.
Lord Rockbottom, the Gobber Captain.
Oh, see, now we're talking, right? There we go.
Got the right hat.
Dope hat.
Dev wants you to name the Gobber chef Killingsworth.
God, man,
No, it's such a good idea. I want to make this army.
I want a Gobber pirate company of iron. So this is some straight scorn red. And just barely going to really quickly blend glaze that over top of the lips just to give the lips a little redness.
George says, instead of a rat coming out of the hat, you could sculpt a gobber hand holding a pistol coming out with red eyes.
Jesus, what kind of sculptor am I?
I don't know. I've seen you do a few things. Get Brendan to help you.
Brendan's not going to help me.
You tell Brendan about Gobber Pirates. He's
That's true. He's gonna be like, oh,
there's no one in this building that wouldn't be all in on that, unless they are the enemy of fun.
Schick?
No, Schick's the one that was teasing people earlier today with pieces of specific models.
Oh man, dude. That model, Brendan's working on that right now.
I know. Have to see if we can get some in progress shots later.
I mean, I can text Brendan. He can bring it up. You say the word. I'll make it happen right now.
I want to wait till he's done, like, making sure it's put together and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's just cleaning it. We can say it.
We get a little.
Can we say it? We can
tease
say it.
on screen.
It depends on where he's at. 'Cause, I mean, if Schick can put it up there, we can. We do what we want. We're live streaming.
we
control the signal.
Traditionally, one of the worst times to do things.
We don't have to ask permission. We have to ask forgiveness.
Do what we want.
Guys, why did you do that? Sorry.
Burr, burr.
We're like this ragtag group of trenchers. We didn't know any better, Sarge. We had to do what the mission deemed necessary.
Kemp, gonna check. You two are a disaster waiting to happen.
A loose cannon.
That conversation may have actually taken place recently.
You're a loose cannon, Kemp. You did over $5 million in property damage. City can't pay for this.
So this is some umbral umber over top of my orange and red. Give it some deep shadow. Once again, I don't care too much about super good blends on this.
Yeah, but helping it get towards that kind of, well-worn, used.
Yeah, I want dirty orange, and it doesn't need to be perfectly
Yeah, they don't get
blended.
new stuff.
No. Oh,
it's stained.
Oh, Lord, no.
It's seen better days.
Well, these guys have been through too much to keep them nice and pristine anyway.
Well, not just that, but I'm sure that like all the stuff that is on this trench buster, at least some of it is stuff he's picked up off the battlefield, right? Some of it's got to be scavenged.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. That's what I imagine most of these guys
like boots. They don't give us boots. Totally taking that guy's boots.
Imagine the dude's boots. Like those are some hella boots you gotta fill. We can talk. We can say what that model we were talking about, right? Right?
And they can figure it out.
I think it's better to show it.
Yep, I think they can figure it out. No, Anthony Schick is not in the room on the stream today. You have Dallas, of course, being amazing and doing stuff that most others can't do in the office.
Anybody can learn how to do this.
Anybody can learn, but you have that, years of practice and that
Je ne sais quoi?
Masterful presence. And then you've got Tony over there running the board and making sure that everything is going out to the internets as it should. And then I'm John, and I'm just sitting here watching and being snarky.
That's what he does. I'm going to put a lot of umber on this back shoulder pad to really push it down in them shadows. I do have something I get to show today on live stream.
Oh?
Yeah. Y'all want to see?
Was ist das?
It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited. So let's get rid of this guy real quick. So we actually got we got our little. This is what the new Grimkin Colors box looks like.
Why don't you read off those names again?
I will. 1 and 2 right there. So we got the Gravedigger Denim, Deathless Metal, Sickly Skin, Bogran Brown, Bog Moss, and mediocre.
And those are all new colors to our palette line.
Deathless metal.
Look for this box coming soon.
Couple months. I would say that one's late July, early August, right in that time frame. Don't have the exact date. Not right in front of me.
I'm
anyway.
not sure, but I think some might be available at Lock and Load. I don't know.
We might.
Might? I don't care.
Might.
I don't know. I'm not.
I think we had a handful of them at Origins, didn't we? Or did
We did. We sold.
We
We
were
sold.
gone in like 15 minutes.
We took a handful of each one, and they were gone in 15 minutes.
Yeah, just
I don't think it was actually 15 minutes. This is because everybody just like immediately just gobbled them up.
yeah.
Like,
I did. Like I still haven't even gotten mine yet.
yeah.
Like I did an order for them, and like I'm waiting patiently for that delicious mediocre.
Delicious mediocre.
And of course, the best color ever.
Deathless metal.
The color is so good.
So good.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna use it like on everything. It's gonna be my new like dry brush.
sure. That's absolutely.
Dry brush that. Go up to cold steel instead of having to start with cold steel and go up from that or pig iron. Oh yeah. So good.
It's pretty good. I've actually found myself using a lot of sickly skin lately.
Well, it's a great color. Like it always comes across to me as like a little bit more green than some of the others, but like it's like there's a little bit of blue.
It's like
too,
yeah,
or
it's like a
something?
blue green.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Like I want to try using that and like doing some like I've got like the Hellsinger Phantom that I haven't painted yet, and that just seems like a really good color for getting that bone look, kind of like we did a couple videos back.
Yep.
Like especially since he'll already have like the glowing green hair and whatnot with a little bit of blue tint to it. That's
Yep.
just gonna go right into it.
All right, now I'm going to just start going to use this Umbra Lumber to start washing some of the leather aspects.
Jason asks, what happened to the extreme metallic paint line that was announced in early April?
It's still in development.
Yeah, there were a couple of problems with the process. Apparently one of the chainsaws got loose. Grimkin must have, just possessed it.
Yeah, sorry, we're working really hard, but there's also some shipping issues,
Sure.
right? Like,
Sure. Well, that much metal can't go in a single container.
oh, you cannot contain the metallosity of that magnitude.
When realistically, the shipping costs are just too high because you can only ship one pot of that paint at a time.
Yeah, and
They can't be anywhere near each
importing
other. If your friends buy it-
metallosity.
yeah,
like
the excise tax on that,
it's ridiculous.
stupid.
Like it gets into customs, and customs like we can't just process like this.
That's not even allowed. in
You
this
can't just
country.
have this.
You can't.
It's weaponized.
You can't. It's weaponized metallosity.
Yeah.
And like they're like, we don't have anybody on staff metal enough to deal with this.
Yeah. Dio's dead. There's
Dio's
no one that can do
dead.
it. Yeah.
So it's like
Done deal.
we're kind of stuck right now. We're just kind of in a holding pattern, and there's still some kinks to work out. Like
Sure. Basically, we have to tone down the metallosity. It's too metal.
No, there will be no toning
I-
down of the metallosity.
Okay,
that's what I'm
but-
saying. That's the only way we could distribute it, and since we won't do that,
right, and it's like if anybody's met me, there's no compromise.
yeah,
Like this is not going to happen.
Dallas, could you please just be a little less metal?
No.
well, and it's the same problem with the surface metallizer. Same problem.
It's just not going to happen. It's just too much metal. And I was told like there's never enough metal, but I mean,
never
obviously we found it. Well,
We
For customs.
we crossed that threshold as far as the Geneva Convention is concerned.
they're like, "Whoa, fellas." And they're like, and we're like, "No." And they're like, "You can't." And I'm like, "Too bad.
It happened.
We did this." And they're like, "Well, we can't allow this into the United States. You will disrupt."
We were too
The
busy asking if
socio-econ-
we could that we didn't stop to ask if we should.
They're like, do you have any ideas what this would do to the status quo? And we're like, oh, we know.
Oh, it would bust down those walls. Like a Night Ranger guitar solo.
Like a Night Ranger guitar solo. Everybody's like, what is he doing?
Dallas is digging through
Dallas
his
is
paint
digging
right now.
through his paint, his paint bag.
My completely unorganized paint bag. Where's pig iron? You know what?
Do you want me to go to my desk and get you
I think I let somebody borrow pig iron at
got pig iron.
Origins. I think I let somebody borrow it at Origins.
Do you have any Deathless
And I
Metal in
forgot
there?
to. I do have Deathless Metal. All right, let's do Deathless.
Do it. See, problem solved with metal. Jason asks, speaking of customs, have you ever had any issues bringing your minis as your carry-on during a flight?
Never.
And never.
No, and not only have I never had issues carrying minis on
I won't
flight,
check 'em.
but we always hand carry our minis
Yep.
when we go to conventions, and
Yep.
so we always have to take them through security. And the number of times I always think there's gonna be a problem,
Yeah.
and or a lot of times there's never been a problem. And a lot of times the TSA agents are very intrigued by what's in there, and they
Oh, yeah,
actually
there's
been
all the
complimented
questions, yeah.
on having miniatures and playing a face-to-face game with people. So
When-
it's been the opposite of what I thought it would
Yeah. Well, when we went to SmogCon, I had Grimkin in my bag, and no one had seen Grimkin.
Right.
Right? No one. Like,
Yeah,
because we
they had
were
not been
we're like
announced
we're
yet.
gonna show this at SmogCon, so that like no or I think it had been announced, and the guy was just like, "What's in the bag?"
And you're like, don't you want to know?
And I was like, he's like, "Cause I play War Machine," and I'm like, "Oh."
Oh, so he was
Oh,
he was
man.
clued in.
He was
too.
clued
So
in.
you're
I
like,
was just like, "Oh no! What do I do?"
Oh, abuse of authority.
Yeah, but we did have occasionally you will have if the person working if the TSA agent had never seen it, they might make you open your bag. You just explain to them like these are
It's a game.
these are miniatures, they're games, they're pieces of art, and they'll pull them out or you pull them out. They'll let you pull them out. And you just
I've never had him even.
I just never
I've had
a
it.
problem.
We actually had to pull out the Conquest on our way back from Origins because the guy was just like, I have no idea what this is. We pulled the Conquest out. He's like, oh, that thing is awesome. Right. So, but then you just put it back in. It's no big deal. Like, it's just no big deal. I carry all my miniatures on. I check my clothes. My clothes don't show up. I'll go somewhere and buy new clothes. But miniatures, I don't check my miniatures. They will get destroyed probably.
So what do we want to get done in our last 10 minutes or so here?
I'm just going to start painting some metal with Deathless Metal. And I've not tried what you suggested, painting the steel over top. So I'm going to give that a go, John.
Word.
I've not actually tried that. So
I threw a thing out. Let's see if it sucks or not.
so we'll just
But Dallas, what is painting miniatures?
patience, practice, and perseverance.
I was going for the other soundbite. But good
The
enough.
fine art of correcting one's mistakes.
There we go. Stay on brand.
Stay on target. All right, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah, about that.
Do we have questions? Anybody got questions?
Richard got his Widower's Wood. Loves it so much.
Oh my gosh, I just got my Widower's Wood too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yep.
super dope.
I did as well like 2 days ago and set out all the stuff on my gaming table downstairs and I'm just like,
Super excited.
I'm really happy with how the minis turned out.
Yeah, they look really good.
Like outside of like say like the Risavas Defenders, like the Wrestler that's in there and stuff like that.
Oh,
is
that
one of the
Wrestler.
best plastic minis I've ever seen.
No, Wrestler's dope.
Yeah, like I know Schick painted his for his grind team, and he used the one like the prototype, one of the prototype ones from Widower's Wood because they turned out so good.
Yeah, they're super paintable minis.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah, at Origins, I painted my one of my little Tatzel worms. He painted up so quick and easy. I painted the whole thing on live stream. It was really quick.
Yes, Anthony. The new Pendrake is also, he's great. Like, I'm going to have to make another IKRPG character just so I can use that model.
There's a lot of good stuff in there for just role-playing games. Like,
yeah.
Just
Well, any of the
general use
Undercity
role-playing
stuff
games.
works perfectly for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially the same line.
Absolutely.
And then, yes, Joris, that is in fact Deathless Metal.
Yep.
You're welcome.
I'm doing it. I'm playing with Deathless Metal. Hey, Mom, look at me. Have you ever wanted to paint with metal? When did I wear that down? Deathless Metal.
Deathless Metal.
When are we starting our band, Dallas?
Oh my gosh.
Because you, me, and Tony talked about that like last Gen Con.
I know.
We're going to be taking our band photo after Lock and Load.
Word.
I know. We got to take our band photo because that's the most important part of starting a band.
Well, yeah. If you don't have a dope like first band photo album cover thing,
You
you're
got
doomed.
nothing.
Yeah.
Well, JR and I, like, we've started coming up with like bands that we want to start. So, like, we have a industrial folk metal band called Appalachian Murder Shack,
Yep. Yep.
and JR
Getz is in on that one too, isn't
yeah,
he? Yeah.
Getz plays the fiddle, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and JR plays the chicken, like
Right.
a live chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should say Barack.
And then we have our '90s grunge cover band called Doubt Bucket.
Doubt Bucket, yeah.
Yep.
So
What was our bluegrass '90s band?
okay, dude, I could not remember that the other day, and it was driving me mad because I cannot remember what we named that band.
Joris throws out Sweet Pie Pirates for a punk band.
Sweet Pie Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I do like pirates and pie. Oh, so do the pirates come and take your pie, or do they deliver you pie? Because I kind of like the idea of like you're sitting around your house and a ship just rolls up and they shoot a cannon and
it's
it's just
pie.
pie.
Oh, or a bunch
Yes.
of punkers kicking your door.
And they're like, "Here, has
Deliver
pie."
pie.
Pie.
Yar. It's not piratey if you don't say yar.
Deliver pie. Knock over your garbage can and then
There's
exit.
one thing I learned in legal school. It's that you have to say yar. I didn't go to legal school. Don't listen to anything
I
I
was
say.
about to ask, 'cause I don't remember that.
When I say legal school,
That is new information.
what I mean is I've been watching court TV.
I've been watching Judge Judy.
So if Judge Judy's taught me anything, you have to say R when you're a pirate. What? The People's Court.
The Pirates Court.
All right, we're just painting some Deathless Metal. Come on, questions. Give me some questions.
I got a question.
Right now, people are like stoked up on the whole idea of a pie cannon.
Pie cannons, dude. I'm telling you. We're going to revolutionize warfare.
Tony, you have a question?
I'm changing it from pie to pancakes, Dallas. If you can, I would like you to close out this show with a delicious pancake recipe.
In fact, oh man, I lost it earlier,
Wow.
but someone for Father's Day actually used your pancake omelet
Nuh-uh.
recipe, and apparently it was a big hit.
Well, yeah, it's a pancake omelet.
I know. I mean, how can you go wrong? But what else you got?
Okay, so the other day what I've been doing is I bought some almond extract. Okay? So I take my flour, okay, and my baking soda, salt, sugar, and I blend that all up. And then I add 2 eggs, right, and milk, and I make my batter. And then I add almond extract, okay? Then I take slivered almonds, right, and I put them in a skillet with a little butter, and I kind of toasty brown them up a little bit.
I like where this is going.
Then I put those into my pancake batter.
Right in.
Just bloop right in, because the pancake batter you want to have a minute to kind of have that chemical reaction.
Yep.
Then I cook it, right, and then I've been serving that to my kid with sliced strawberries and whiskey maple syrup.
Oh, sounds good.
When do I get to come over next?
Sunday, Like we can do Sunday. I'm totally
Baller.
Let's make a pie delivery.
Yeah.
And stay for pancakes.
Word. Let's see here. A couple questions came in. Joris asked, "What would you use what would you wash the deathless metal?" I assume.
I'm not gonna wash it.
Not gonna wash it.
No,
not
it's
happening.
it's
Just gonna
already
keep it
dark.
dirty. Yep.
It's dark. It's real dark. You don't really need to shade it. It's really closer to your shade tone than.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's almost under base layer.
Yeah,
I would say if you're using it this way.
Because like you can paint, you don't have to paint base shade highlight.
Oh man, that looks so good with the orange.
You can kind of go the other way with painting like cricks. When I paint cricks, I actually paint the whole model with the highlight color. So I paint cricks paint highlight and then you just shadow it down.
Yeah.
Signar, a lot of times I paint the highlight color and shadow it down. You can do the other way.
Yeah.
You can go the other way. So for like this deathless metal, I'll probably paint it. This is technically the shadow, and I'll just highlight it.
Can we do a little bit of that now? I know you're not done with the base coat of the deathless metal, but we've been kind of talking about
just running
what we're gonna do. So why don't we give maybe the top of that shield where the rivets are?
Yeah, we got
just give people a little taste of what this is gonna look like.
Okay. Well, I don't know what it's gonna look like. I haven't done it.
We're trying an experiment, Joris. We're gonna try going up to what was it? Cold steel was next.
Yeah, probably I'll probably do a mix real quick. Put cold steel into the deathless metal.
Yeah, but that would be the next step.
Yeah. So you can base coat your shadow color and then just highlight, and it works. It can work for certain.
Especially if you're just trying to go real fast.
Yeah. Like just put it. If you were going to shadow it, all I would do would be add some Thamar black to it and just use it as like a minimal shadow line.
Yeah, like if you're just dark lining.
Right. Just dark lining the deathless metal. So let's just add some cold steel to deathless metal. And I'm not sure about what ratio I'm kind of doing here. I'm just kind of eyeballing it at this point because I've literally haven't not experimented with this yet. Really.
Can we default to 50-50?
We can default to 50-50, sure. And then you can
starting point.
You can kind of play with it and see what you think about it.
Darker, lighter. See where you want to go.
So, and let's just see how this looks right over top of this pure deathless metal. I think it's going to look really good. And very quick blend. Very quick blends.
And then not necessarily brand, but Alex asks, instead you've always used matte varnish on the models you paint. What kind of varnish do you use? Like, is there a particular section of the store you have to go to? Like, I assume not car varnish or something like that.
No. You want a model type dull coat.
Dull coat.
Yeah, dull coat.
Yeah.
Alex actually pretty good. I'm just going to go pure cold steel now. We're just going straight up.
And then apparently the name is catching because Anthony asks, are you going to give the Filthy 13 black swans?
If anybody has a swan, like this Trench Buster does, I can do black swans. Yeah, we'll do black swans. As a matter of fact, I may change the color of this field behind that swan. I'm not sure yet. And a little pure cold steel highlight.
That looks pretty good.
Looks good. I'm sold on it.
Such a good dirty metal color.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And like, yeah, that's really good. I'm sold, John. You sold me, sir. Works really good.
See, and also, like, there's part of me that's thinking, like, since you're going to have, like, a bunch of denim going on, that the swan might actually almost be a really darkened up gray coat gray. I don't know.
Oh,
just so it's
push it on the blue side, right? The blue side of black.
Shift it blue a little bit so it contrasts with the orange.
Yep. That's probably where I'll go with it. Just kind of thinking about this background, but we're going to keep it metal now.
Yes, we can always go back and change it later.
or just not. It's work.
Either way.
All right.
They don't get to spend that much money on their gear.
That looks really good. I like the silver over it. So I've been only playing with it with the warm metals. So
All right, looks
trying
like
out the cold metals works really good.
looks like we'll probably have to wrap up here. Just waiting to see if there's any last minute question. Of course, people can join us whenever we get the chance to have Dallas in here. Lately, that's been Thursdays. We'll try to keep up the same schedule, but stuff happens sometimes, especially with Lock and Load coming up.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you can always look forward to, like hearing from Dallas or Brendan on Fridays when we put out the new P3 hobby videos. And of course, if you have any questions, just go ahead and keep posting them. Even if we don't get to them now, we can always address them in a future video.
Yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching. And watch our videos, subscribe to our videos, and
Paint some minis.
Paint some minis.
Get your paint on.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
pancakes.
And pancakes. Patience, practice, perseverance.
Gotta love
Pancakes.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.